Hi, everyone. We have Jess Halloran, our senior product designer, and myself, Michael Preuss, senior manager of digital experience. And it's our group conversation for 2021-08-18. We're really excited to share some work that we've done since the last group conversation, and then share our Q3 OKRs and plan. We're going to just cover some highlights. So what we've been up to, done a lot since our last group conversation, some really exciting work. In our last group conversation, we shared a bunch of work that was coming soon, and we've executed on all of it and also found some capacity to squeeze in a little bit more. So some pretty great stuff. This all links to the issues, so feel free to check it out. We thought we'd just dive into a couple highlights that we're excited about. So Jess, I'll pass it over to you. This is the path to purchase or conversion section.
Yep, so we've done a few things to improve our conversion path. So the one we've been doing a lot of optimization on is this pricing page. We were able to add a link to the marketplace. Did a A/B test where we reversed the tiers. That one kind of ended up being flat, and just fixed some other little things on the page. Just trying to slowly get it as good as we can. And the next one we've got, I think, is the navigation. One big thing that we did on that page is we deprecated the licensing and FAQ, and we're able to make that pricing page just a top level click. Made it a little bit more obvious that the rest of the top level nav were drop downs by adding the carrots and making the pointer an arrow. A few other little things that we've been tweaking on it as well. What we got next is we have this DevOps tool comparison update with this great infographic, much better than we had before. We started with GitHub versus GitLab. And it's just a much easier to read and understand. And there's a lot of thought behind this one to make it much better. And there's a video you can scroll through to see the whole page.
Yeah, the thing we love about this is this bottom section prior was a image, so incredibly hard to update, terrible for SEO and accessibility. So this is all data driven, all of these numbers, and built into our CMS. So the product marketing team can go in and adjust and create to their heart's content.
Exactly. Let's see next. So a few small changes were made to both the SMB and enterprise pages, which just kind of made it a little bit easier to read the kind of second section that was underneath both of those pages. We also had a solution CMS template. Oh, sorry, bouncing around here. Which I think you said this one's reusable, right, Michael?
Yeah, it's a reusable template that we can in the future apply to different sections when needed. So it's a really easy to consume, but also easy to apply to a lot of the various pages that we see on the marketing site.
Yep, and shout out to Vic on the branding team for those illustration updates.
Oh yeah.
Our next one is the features page. This is a really awesome update in my opinion. It's a lot much more easier to read, a little bit more obvious, like what's available in premium, ultimate versus free. And it's not just kind of cookie cutter the way it was before, text, image. It's just a little bit more summarized. And again, easier to read, easier to get through for our users. Topics page, I believe we just updated this with slippers components. So just kind of our MVC1 approach that we like to take, first pass. What's the next one? The user journeys. So this was some data gathering we did with Niall, shout out to him. Just a way for us to kind of figure out where people are coming from when they get to our pages. We started with the learning pages, just to find out like where people are coming from. That way we can kind of backtrack and perhaps not just update the core page, but the ones that are flowing into it as well. And then we have a bunch of pages where we have forms for people to fill out. So the first one is the free trial page. That one was launched in June, and it's great. We can actually kind of promote SaaS as the first option and then kind of toggle over to self-managed for those who are looking for it. Added an FAQ section, really nice update on that one.
And we also made these forms directly linkable too, so we can run tests or, in email marketing or anywhere else, we can talk to the right person who wants the right option and link right to them. So some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, definitely. The next one we have is our contact sales page. I think this was the first iteration on this page. One nice thing we're able to add is this kind of social proof customer case study block here with the quotes. You can click through it. It actually automatically goes like every 30 seconds as well. And it's a reusable component, so we can take that and put it on another page if we find that it's working well. Just a nice way to kind of shout out in a more meaningful way, like the social proof that we like to put up there. And we also have the demo page, which just launched pretty recently as well. This again was the first iteration of the demo page. And we have a new video that launched with it on Vimeo instead of YouTube. And I know the team that worked on that is really excited about putting that one out there.
Mhm.
Oh, and one other thing for this section. So kind of tying into the free trial update that we did, we also put this banner across 11 of our top driving pages. That way, we're kind of enticing and getting people to click on through to that page from different parts of our site.
Yeah, when I've been using the site, Jess, actually the maybe later, it's just so human. Like it's such a small little touch that I didn't catch it when we were doing design reviews, but when I'm using it, it feels good.
Yeah, sometimes it's just not the right time, but maybe later.
Yeah.
We've also done a couple homepage takeovers this quarter. So one was for the GitLab 14, which I think was back in June. And we also did a whole standalone page with that as well, which we were able to reuse a template from our survey, DevOps survey page, which is always nice to reuse components. And that one came pretty quickly. And then we did another homepage takeover for the commit video right before Sid did his speech on DevOps. And I think that might have been the first time I actually did a video on the homepage hero too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely first time since the new design system was put in place. So that worked nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So some site reliability stuff. So better cache busting. We had a little bit of cache busting that we inherited when everybody got onto working on the marketing site, but it would fail in really strange ways for very specific servers. Had to do with Fastly and multiple versions of a CSS file not getting recognized. So it was a really, really tricky one to solve. But on the bright side, we've made some really good connections with the infrastructure team, and the relationship there has been awesome. They've been really helpful. So just some links to what we did. We have an MVC patch to fix it and continue to have plans for site reliability. Make sure that everyone gets the same great experience. And some coming soon items.
Yep. So one thing we've got coming soon is this homepage brag wall. We have a lot of awards we've been given, and we don't want to kind of promote them, up in front on our homepage. So that is coming, I think, very soon. And then the next one is also very related, also on the homepage a little bit further down, is our security badge section, just kind of letting people know that we're compliant with these various security compliance badges. So yeah, exactly. What's this one?
Demo.
Oh, the install page.
Our install page demo.
Install page, yeah. This one is an MVC2 iteration. So we did a nice big iteration before. With this one, it's a little bit easier to navigate because we've added the side navigation on the desktop and kind of a drop down on mobile. So you can kind of like drop right down to, like, let's say you want Helm, just don't have to scroll through the whole big long page. Added a couple other little small things like a link to the free trial in case you're on the wrong page, adding a popular kind of box around Docker since it's our most popular one. Awesome. Yeah, and so we're going to continue to iterate on that page. There's a lot that we could do. We kind of just had to take it a little bit piecemeal. And then we've also got this user survey launched on our homepage right now. It's actually actively ongoing. We just launched it, I think, yesterday. And it's just a way to get us a little bit more insights into who actually are our users that are coming through. Who do they work for? What are they doing? What are they using on our site? All those kind of things, just to give us a better idea of like who's actually coming to the site. We have some personas, but we thought we could gather a little bit more information that might be more relevant to today. It's been a while since we tackled anything like that. So that one's ongoing. It'll hopefully have the results, in the next couple of weeks.
Awesome. Such great work. So excited about what we did, and also equally excited as what's coming up. So here's our Q3 quarterly plan, including our OKRs. So some highlights. One of our OKRs is to deliver an enterprise buyer experience. Intention is it'll help convert large first orders. We're going to add a merchandisable featured content section to the homepage with the intention of it being personalized as well. So connecting with the demand base data and trying to identify segments and right content, right time, right person. Pricing page iterations are in plan and prioritized. That's exciting for us because to date, it hasn't necessarily been in plan, but we know how important it is and the value it drives for the business. So we've been pulling it into sprints when we can, but now it's actually, has a seat at the table. And then iterating on our static site generator and architecture that powers just the conversion parts of our site. We're going to move some out of middleman into Nuxt. So we'll have a JavaScript powered static site generator that'll connect our design system and just massively increase our throughput. This is the breakdown of the epic on the left, and then on the right, this is also in the epic, but it's just our 2x2 of ROI versus level of impact or level of effort, sorry. So we've got a nice blend between easy wins, incremental, and big bets. So luckily, no money pit thankless tasks. And then finally, working on getting a nearshore engineering team stood up. So we need to scale up or scale down for engineering tasks. That's typically where the bottleneck is. So nearshore is great because they're on our time zone and they're really great to work with and can find really good talent. So we're just trying to get that all wrapped up and roll it out. And the rest of the deck is where you can find us. We've got 2 new team members that we converted from full-time or from contract to full-time. Very excited. Still have our great contract team. Going to continue to work on getting them on the team full-time. And some questions.